Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Jasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Jasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishubhat, Paramahamsa Parivraj Acharya, Ashtotara Sata, Sri Srimati Bhagavatas, et Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishubhat, Paramahamsa Parivraj Acharya, Ashtotara Sata, Sri Srimati Bhagavatas, Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से को श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय वृंदावन धाम की जय मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय जमुना माई की जय श्रीमती तुलसी देवी की जय भक्ति देवी की जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय श्री श्री गौनिताई की जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ सुभद्रा बलदेव की जय गौर प्रेमानंदी all glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to Sri Guru Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pasavutade, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauramani Prachadine, Nirvisesha Sunnavadi Pastyata Dedatarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayeta Nashtaprayeshu Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Skanda, 28th chapter, entitled Puranjana becomes a woman in the next life. Sloka number 16. Duhitu putra pautran cha jami jamatru Sri Sri Gaunitai ki jai, Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Sri Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev ki jai. Parshadan Svatva avasishtam yat kinchit griha kosa parichadam duhitru putra pautrancha jami jamat parshadan svatva avasishtam yat kinchit griha kosa parichadam duhitru putra pautrancha jami jamat parshadan Svatva vasishtam yadkinchit grihakosa parichadam duhitu putra pautanska jami jamati parshadam Svatva vasishtam yadkinchit grihakosa parichadam Vaishnavis. Duhitru, daughters, putra, sons, pautran, grandsons, cha, and jami, daughters-in-law, jamatu, sons-in-law, parshadan, associates, svatva, property, avasishtam, remaining, yadkinchit, whatever, griha, home, kosa, accumulation of wealth, parichadam, household paraphernalia. Translation: King Puranjana then began to think of his daughters, sons, grandsons, daughters-in-law, sons-in-law, servants, and other associates, as well as his house, his household paraphernalia, and his little accumulation of wealth. Please repeat. King Puranjana then began to think of his daughters, sons, grandsons, daughters-in-law, sons-in-law, servants, and other associates, as well as his house, his household paraphernalia, and his little accumulation of wealth. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. It is not infrequent for a person overly attached to the material body to request a physician to prolong his life, at least for some time. If the so-called scientific physician is able to prolong one's life for a few minutes through the use of oxygen or other medicines, he thinks that he is very successful in his attempts, although ultimately the patient will die. This is called the struggle for existence. At the time of death, Both patient and physician still think of prolonging life, although all the constituents of the body are practically dead and gone. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parichana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakam Vitansya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesya Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhyaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We are going to the story of King Puranjana as narrated by Narada Muni to King Prachina Barishat. This is the final stage of the life of Puranjana. It was seen in the earlier descriptions that throughout his life, King Puranjana enjoyed in the association with his wife and then children and so on, not caring for any more than that. So the last stage is that this daughter of time, Kalakanya, along with her associates such as Yameswara and other armies of Yavanas and Gandharvas, they are going everywhere and attack everybody because nobody can live indefinitely. There's a fixed time for the duration of our life. So they are very much occupied in this very important function of putting an end to the life of all the conditioned souls. So Kalakanya is not alone. She is very powerfully assisted by all these other members of the Yamaraj. So the next victim will be Puranjana. Puranjana is not expecting this. He is thinking that my life is very nice and I have so many responsibilities. Now I have so many sons and grandsons and other family members, not to speak of my wife. From beginning, she is very dutiful. She is assisting me. She is giving me a lot of facilities in my life. So this should go on indefinitely. Puranjana is not thinking that his life is going to meet an end. And in this way, when the Kalakanya is attacking Puranjana, Puranjana is not at all prepared to face such eventuality. He's never thought of that such a powerful attack, and even the snake that is guarding Puranjana's body. The snake is the Vayu. We have Panchavayu in the body, and these Vayus are the guardian of the life. Even when we are sleeping in a state of deep sleep, we are not dreaming. There are, in this way, 3 different stages in the conditioned life. The stage of awakening, stage of dreaming, stage of deep sleep, and then the turiya, that is after we quit this body and subtle body, then we can achieve our eternal life. But before that, we go to the other stages of conditioned life. So the snake, that is the vayu inside the body, is guarding the life of the living entity, so that even when the soul is not active, not even the subtle body is active, the vayu is guarding the body and mind. So now the snake is under severe attack by the Kalakanya and other associates of Kalakanya. And he is also not prepared to face such opposition. He is trying to get out of the body, but all the doors of the body, 9 holes, they are also congested at the time of death, or even before that, at the age when we get old, these doors are getting congested. We cannot speak properly. The throat is choked. And we cannot see properly. We need the glasses at every moment. And we cannot hear properly. Sometimes we have to put hearing aids. And other doors also giving problems of constipation and other problems. So these doors are not functioning properly. And this vayu, the snake guarding the body, now is in great danger for his own life. He is not able to get out. So finally he will be able to get out, but with great difficulty. Those who are trained in the yoga system, they are trying to control by application of mind to control the vayu from the Muladhara up to, there are 6 chakras in the body, from one to the other, going down, going up and up and up, Agya chakra between the 2 eyebrows, and then Brahmarandra, if it is open, that also can be used to get out of the body. But that is very, very difficult. In the present age, we have no time and no sufficient mental power to follow this system of Ashtanga Yoga. But that is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 6th chapter. Lord Krishna says that that is the proper way. If you are trained in yoga, you can practice so that at the time of death, you can get out of the body in a proper manner from the upper hole. But otherwise, the main idea at the time of death is to think of Krishna. To think of Krishna at the time of death will make sure, by the grace of Krishna, that you will achieve the ultimate destination. Otherwise, there is no guarantee that if you are not thinking of the Supreme Lord, then where will you go? Maybe you will go up in some heavenly planet if you are expert, or if you are enough pious, accumulated piety. But otherwise, you will not be sure where to go, what will be your next destination. Just like at the time of birth, Nobody is thinking, now I'm very fortunate. I'm going to take birth in a wealthy family, now in a Brahmin family, and get good education and good employment and so on. Nobody is choosing his birth in a particular family. Similarly, at the time of death, nobody can choose independently what will be the next destination. Everything is at the mercy of Lord Krishna. He is the Supreme Director, directing the wanderings of all the living entities toward the creation. And He is the one who gives us remembrance and also knowledge and forgetfulness. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that Sarvasya Chaham Hriddhi Sannivishta. I am sitting in everyone's heart, and Matta Smritir Dhyanam Apohanam Cha. From me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. So we cannot understand what is actually our next life. Lord Krishna knows. And if Lord Krishna, by His mercy, only we can get next life in a very auspicious manner by the mercy of Lord Krishna. And especially if we can think of the Supreme Lord, then certainly we are destined for most auspicious Vaikuntha residence or Goloka Vrindavan. So the lesson that we derive from the life of Puranjana, narrated by Narada Muni, is that even though it appears that Puranjana was very happy throughout his life, apparently he was very successful. But then when comes the time of quitting the body, then there is no assurance that his next life will be also in a very happy condition. No assurance. That is only for those who are Krishna conscious at the time of death. Their destiny is very auspicious. So these are the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. And from the story of Puranjana, we can see the opposite. What Krishna teaches in the Bhagavad Gita, Puranjana is not following. He's not following, therefore, he has to meet adverse condition, opposite condition. So Bhagavad Gita is so important that if we can carefully understand Lord Krishna's instructions, then we'll be able to perfect our life. Otherwise, we'll be simply following the footsteps of King Puranjana. We're passing our time in a very happy manner and not bothering about anything else except our sense gratification. So what is Puranjana doing now? He is under attack, most severe attack, and he is completely bewildered. His mind cannot come with any proper answer to the situation. So he is thinking, maybe, what shall I do next? Maybe I will have to leave everything. Then, oh, this is very inauspicious. Now my life may come to an end abruptly. And he is thinking immediately about all his dear ones. Dear ones may have been described in this sloka. Puranjana is thinking about his wife, about his sons, daughters, and sons-in-law, daughters-in-law, and other assistants, and also his property, his house, money. Like that, his mind is completely engrossed in the thoughts. What's going to happen with all my dear ones? If I'm leaving them, then how they will be able to maintain their lives? They are depending upon me. and all these properties are in my name, my bank balance and all these properties. I was utilizing them for maintaining my family members. Now what's going to happen? He's very much worried. So he's a deep anxiety. And that is not the solution. Whatever anxiety we have at the time of death, that is not the solution to the problem. Already we got the warning. Old age is there. So King Puranjana should have understood that as he is going to the old age gradually, his life is gradually diminishing. He should have understood that let me get ready for the next step. After old age comes death. After Janma comes, old and young age and all that, then old age, death. That is a natural sequence in our life. Those who are not enlightened, they mudras. Lord Krishna tells them, mudras. They have no knowledge, no superior knowledge. They are simply engrossed in the bodily consciousness. So they cannot understand what's happening. And for them, then they have simply to lament. And that lamentation is useless. Because ultimately, they have to give up everything. So, as Prabhupada mentions in the purport, as a commentary to this, that if you go to any hospital, you see there is a special section for those who are on a dying condition. So those patients, they are in a great worry. They are calling their wife, relatives, and friends and giving some instructions. You do this, you do this. And, oh, my son is in America. Call him immediately. How long will it take? It may take 1 week for my son to come. I have to give him some instructions. So the patient is asking doctor, at least I need 1 week because my son is in America. He has to come. So the doctor is thinking what to do. I cannot say no to the patient. I'm here to say, no problem. We'll look after that. Take this medicine and everything will be okay. So that is the duty of the doctor in his profession. So the doctor in this way is comforting the patient. But the patient, how long he will live? He may not live 1 week. He may live maybe 1 day. And that's all. So all these anxieties and bewilderment, what is the Puranjana is suffering, just like so many, everyone practically, who is meeting death in that condition without any superior knowledge, without any Krishna consciousness. Everybody is worried. What's going to happen to my family members and all my properties? Who is going to look after that? That is the common thought of everybody. So therefore the instructions of Narada Muni are very appropriate. They are in the shape of a story, but King Prachina Barishat will have to understand the proper meaning. King Prachina Barishat, although very pious, great king, he is also completely involved in making his life happy in a pious manner without considering that he is actually spirit soul. The spirit soul has nothing to do with the body consideration. Spirit soul is transcendental, not from this world. Lord Krishna, Mama Vamsa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha, is eternal in my part and parcel. We are of the same nature of the Supreme Lord. We are just infinitesimal part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. This is our nature, constitutional position. So that is the primary teaching of Bhagavad Gita. We do not belong to any family, not to any community, nation, or even a species. We are not human beings. Just like one lady, disciple of Srila Prabhupada, asked from Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, we as a woman, what will be our special duties to perform? And Prabhupada answers to this, that if you think that you are a woman, there will be so many duties. You will not be able to follow them. You just, in other words, Prabhupada's mission is to spread the message of Lord Krishna, and that everybody is a spirit soul, part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. As Lord Bhagavad Gita says, that we have nothing to do with this body. So otherwise, so many duties are there, we shall not be able to fulfill them. It is not possible. We have to concentrate on the ultimate goal of life. And if we want to pass this final examination, the death, we have to practice Krishna consciousness throughout life. That is by approaching, remaining in association with the devotees of the Lord. We cannot give up the association with devotees. Otherwise, again, we shall come back to the material world and all the conditioning. By the blessings of the association of the pure devotees and by approaching a spiritual master, then our life takes a different direction. Our focus, our primary focus will be to think of Krishna, always being active in the service of Lord Krishna, pleasure of Guru and Krishna. That is the motto of the devotees of the Lord. So the devotees of the Lord will not be put into perplexity at the time of death, even though it may be painful, but they will have the capacity to tolerate the pain, and their mind will not be carried away by any material thoughts. Oh, what happened to my wife, children, and all that. My property, so-called property. This I and mine, that is not in the consciousness of the devotees of the Lord. I, the false ego, is rejected. The real ego is to be accepted. I am the eternal servant of the Lord. So our prayer should always be to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, praying to the Lord, please engage me eternally in your service. So by the blessing of the Guru and Krishna, then this state of mind can become very steady. And even so, even at the time of death, we should not be carried away by any other thinking or thought. So I was just in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna gives so many instructions regarding the influence of the gunas on our conditioned life. If somebody thinks that he is happy in life, he should consider what kind of happiness I am experiencing. Is it a sattvic sukha, or is it rajasic sukha, or is it tamasic sukha? So this is the consideration in 18th chapter. Lord Krishna is giving this description. And as Puranjana was thinking, yeah, I've been very happy in life. What kind of happiness he has experienced? So here we can understand that there are three types of happiness. And as far as the Rajasic Sukham is concerned, it is described. Vishayendriya sanyogat yattadagre mritopamam pariname vishamiva tat sukham rajasam smritam. So happiness is there, no doubt. In the Rajasic influence, these three gunas are capturing everybody. All conditioned souls are either under tamas, rajas, or sattva. So most are under rajas and tama. So here the example is given as far as Rajasic Sukham is concerned. Lord Krishna says, that happiness which is derived from contact of the senses with their objects, and which appears like nectar at first, but poison at the end, is said to be of the nature of passion. So happiness in the mode of passion is like that. At the beginning, it looks very sweet or very, very wonderful, very exciting. We are accepting the happiness and that happiness is due to mata sparsha, contact of the senses with the objects of the senses. So if we see something beautiful, we feel very happy. We hear some beautiful music, feel very happy, very enlivened, like this. Senses with sense objects, that gives, the product is Rajasic Sukham. And what is the nature of that? It is very, very sweet, just like nectar, amrita. Nectar at the beginning, and then at the end, poison. That's a very wonderful example given by Lord Krishna. In the purport, Lord Krishna, the representative of Lord Krishna, Srila Prabhupada is writing, a young man and a young woman meet, and the senses drive the young man to see her, to touch her, and to have sexual intercourse. In the beginning, this may be very pleasing to the senses, but at the end, or after some time, it becomes just like poison. They are separated, or there is divorce, there is lamentation, there is sorrow, etc. Such happiness is always in the mode of passion. Happiness derived from a combination of the senses and the sense objects is always a cause of distress and should be avoided by all means. So this is a very important to consider, that what life we are now experiencing, we feel happy. At least sometimes we feel happy. What kind of happiness? Is it because of the bodily condition? Because of the body contact with other bodies? Just like if our community or if our nation, I think I'm belonging to that nation, if that nation is successful in some competition, I feel very happy, very good. Like this. Is our life like that? If it is like that, then we can understand that the end of life will be like eating poison, very disgusting. Not only at the time of death, even before that, as Prabhupada mentions, even very soon. Prabhupada gave the example that he had personal experience in America or in other countries, that people become very happy together, man and woman, they get married, and after a few days even, they divorced. Prabhupada gave the example, he came to know about one man, he married in 1 month, he married twice and divorced twice. So that type of happiness we should not experience. We should develop spiritual knowledge, Krishna consciousness. So our whole mission, ISKCON, and teachings of Lord Krishna is to develop our life in a proper manner at the lotus feet of Guru and Krishna, and not developing any other type of connection. Then our life will be successful. Otherwise, it will be like Puranjana. Puranjana thinking of his relatives and property and all that without any successful conclusion. The conclusion is that he will have to take birth again, as will be described in the later slokas, as a woman. So he already took birth as a human being, and the next birth as a woman. So where is the progress? He spent so many years of his life, no progress, going from one step, going again to the same level, no progress. So the story of Puranjana in this way should be understood so that we do not follow in the footsteps of Puranjana, but take instruction from the spiritual master who will take us back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Any other questions or comments? All right. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.